Hello everyone and thank you for joining me again. Today we are going to be working on the CV builder and we're going to be doing the education history, and we'll try and do that in a DDD way now that we've started the conversion. So let's log in and let's get started, I suppose. See how we are getting on. So got experiences. Ooh. Oh, okay, so we've got an issue already. We can fix that. Excellent. So user profile query. That is on the show controller. For the experiences. There we go, we've got that sorted. Anything else not working as we would expect? No, we're doing good. We are doing good. So let's start thinking about the education. So first thing, we'll just add the route so we can route to it, and we'll think about how that's going to be built up from a data perspective next. So up here, probably before shares, we're going to have something very similar to this. I'm probably going to call that qualifications over educations. It sounds a little bit better. I apologise about the flickering. My monitor, my not so big monitor, is flickering at the moment. It's really frustrating. I took out the HDMI cable to try and work off of just a big one. I'm trying to split the screen, but didn't like it, so I might need to just swap cables around. Qualifications. We're going to call them qualifications because we want to be able to add things that aren't typical education, like A levels, degrees, GCSEs. What we want to be able to do is allow people to add things such as bootcamp certificates or things relating to tech, because this is what it's for. It's aimed at tech. So inside web, profile, new directory, qualifications, and we're going to create a show controller, I believe. New show controller, and we're just going to have a invoke method on here. This is just going to pull in the HTTP request, and we will return a view. So let me go check like experience and see how I named it again. Well, what I'm going to do something very similar to this actually. Here we go. So we've got the authenticatable user, we want the profile. That's about it, although this will be qualifications. So let's go and add that to the UI. Resource views, app profile show. Where's the top part? Profile. Which part is showing it? It's in the dashboard. Complete your profile. Is it in layouts? Navigation. Nope. App. Maybe it's up here. Here we go. Qualifications. Profile. Did I edit the wrong file? No, I didn't. It should be fine. Should be fine. We'll see. That's shares, qualifications, experience, profile, bio. Let's go have a look. Don't need resources for a moment, so let's go back and just double check that. Good catch there, Richard. Good catch. Good catch. Wait, experiences, qualifications. No, that should be right. That should be right. So we've got the user, we've got that pulling through. Now we've just got to make sure we've got a view available. So views, app profile. Let's create a new qualifications within here. And a show.blade.php. It's going to be very similar to this. And this will be a qualification form. And we're going to pass through the profile automatically. So what we're going to do is we're going to live y make. Qualification form inline. And there we go. Right, we'll have that. So when we reload this, qualifications. So we don't really need it to say like profile qualifications because we know we're on our profile. It makes no sense. Experiences, bio, shares. There we go. Update some of those so it's a little bit nicer. We can close down those views now and come over to our livewire form. Profile. So it's going to be very similar to this. So the render will look similar. Excellent. So now we just need to go through and get this form ready to use filament. Qualifications. Done. Use interactive forms. Tell you what, we're going to need something like this. Qualifications. Mount form fill. And we're just going to handle it this way. Get form model. We're going to need something similar again, because it's going to be a repeater again. Then this form schema I'm going to keep the same, and we'll go from there. Right, let's grab all of this and let's just load these in like this. Let's pull that closure in as well. Right, so we've got that. So what we need to do is has many make this is where the form will die, hopefully. Yes, undefined. relationship. So we're going to come back to the form once we've defined how we want it to work. So we need to make a model. So what we've got is we have got qualifications. In qualifications, they have a title, they have a description, so you can add a little bit of information about what it was that you did. They have a year it was completed, and they have a nullable grade. You can have things like institute where the qualification was obtained. We might add that as well. So if we think about this, what we need is a few models, I think, if we're going to normalize it a little bit more. So we're going to make a model. We're going to make a qualification title like this. So let's come down to our database, migrations. It's going to be similar to job titles. It's going to have a name only. So the qualification title. This faker. Is there anything for like qualification or no? There's not. So I'm just going to put a sentence. We might have to seed our own at some point, just because it's easier. I do apologise about the flickering, by the way. That is extremely annoying. So this has got title. It doesn't need any casts. But what it does need is a Boolean for timestamps, and we're going to come back to add the relationships once we've built them. So there's qualification title. That bit is done. We've done the factory, we've done the seeder, we've done all that good stuff. So keep that in there. What we need next is we're going to have a model, and we're going to have that. I'm pretty sure we had like company, didn't we? Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll have institute. This is like an educational institution, for example. So in our database, we can start filling this in. And what do we do for companies? We added a UUID to it, a name, a website, and whether it was a verified one. So we could pretty much just do the same, like this. And then for the company, we can again do the same on institutes. They're the same thing, they're just used in different purposes. Shame you're going to repeat so much of it, right? I wonder if there's a way I could like make this nicer. Has UUID, casts, and we'll sort that to qualifications. Perfect. Right. Has many. That's probably about right. What I've started doing actually is adding this and adding it in like that. That works. So now I just need to actually make the qualification one. Now if we go back to look at this, it's going to resolve and that's all fine. Excellent. So what's our qualification going to entail? If we come down to our database migrations, it's going to be similar to experiences. So we'll grab that, and we're going to have a look at what we need and what we don't need and what we need to change. So yeah, we're going to have that. Whether you're currently studying, probably a good idea. Profile ID, who it belongs to. Qualification title ID and institute ID. Date, started at and finished at. That, again, it's kind of the same, right, as an experience. It's just an educational experience, not a learning experience, a working experience. It's just, again, same but different. You could look to go use polymorphism or something like this, but sometimes I find polymorphism's just not worth it. So owner, job title, company, we're just going to grab all of that and do the same thing and change. So it's got an owner, qualification title is the qualification title, and that's qualification title ID, and then the institute is institute here. Perfect. That all works. So I will add my doc blocks. Institute belongs to qualification title. It's all good. Right, so let's go through, make sure we've updated all of these. Experience, that's all that's needed. And experience. Job title. Profile. Institute has got it sorted. Job title. Profile. So what I need to add to profile is qualifications. Got many qualifications. Make sure these are all updated too. Make sure all of these are updated and similar format. Qualification title, so public function qualifications. Turn this. I mean, you don't need the inverse of these, some of these relationships, but I like to add them. Just because it's then super clear if you need to like reverse any of them, like do any queries on how many people have a specific qualification. Has many qualifications. One thing we forgot to add to our qualification is a grade, right? Description. Nullable, because you might not have got the grade yet. So we can add that. We'll get experience factory and we'll just kind of do the same thing. And then this will be qualification title, institute ID, institute, this faker, random letter. And that should be it for those. That's all looking good. Because institute, yeah, institute was done as well. So the factories and our migrations all covered. The qualifications just needs to have grade added. It's all looking good to me. So what I'm going to do is migrate before I do that. Now write the models so that I can get the auto completion all done. And that's done it for all the new ones as well. So what we need to do is look at seeding some data. We've got shares, we've got job titles, we've got companies, and what we'll do some meta stuff up here as well. So qualification title, factory, we'll create 30 qualifications. We're going to create that many institutes so that when we actually start loading these in, we are pretty much good to go. Cool. Add to qualifications. Right, now we can go back to Livewire and start editing and getting this to look a little bit fancy. So let's have a look. So qualification title ID, title, and let's just do all of them. Add. Can I prefetch these? Yeah, they should be preloaded, so that should be title, not name. Title doesn't exist. No, it is name. Right, so what I'm going to do is fail artisan migrate freshen seed. So we're just going to reset, rerun the seeders as well. Okay, no we're not apparently. So title doesn't exist on qualifications. So on the factories, I did something wrong. Try again. Perfect. under qualification at an institute. I did some learning. Currently it's doing it, and then save. Qualification title ID on relation to qualifications not null. So now we can dig into some specifics. So qualification title is title, searchable, data picker. Is there anything that I haven't thought about? Profile, get form model, experiences, relationship, qualifications. This should be all fine. I'm going to have a quick text input, make for grade nullable. See if we're going to get any sort of on click away is not defined. Looks like Livewire UI is causing issues. Hey Edgar, long time no speak. How you been doing? Let's just get some of these like removed because it's causing issues that I didn't want. Click. Which button is this? Open user menu. We're going to set this open is true. Unbutton enter. I'm going to drop that stuff. Gonna drop that stuff. Hopefully that will fix some of those errors. Ooh, active index. It's always things like this that throw me off. Oh, no, it's fine. I hope it's been keeping you very busy. Okay, so I don't need any of that really. That stuff, that's kind of pointless for me. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of all of that. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. Again. Clean up some of these JS errors that seem to be happening. Active descendant. Right, let's get rid of these active descendants next. Don't need that. Tab index. Get rid of these focus buttons because they aren't wanted. Some inits. X init, that can go away. That can go away. That can go away. On escape. Open equals false. Don't need to pop over close. Ooh. opens. That's great. Fantabelastic. What's going on? Cool. Right. So now let's look at adding to qualifications. So can't read property, reading replace. Okay, that's coming from nothing to do with what I've added from the looks of it. Liking the episode. That is good to hear. Save. Not no violation. So when we save, what are we doing? It's gonna do that and say we're going to do a die and dump on this form get state. Okay, something's... Hey Ben! Glad you're liking the series so far. I did have an issue which was really bugging me. So let me go show you. My NPM path is just... It's causing major issues, and I'm not really sure why. Let's go to web, profile, shares. No, public profile show. Here we go. No. Where is it? Ooh, I lost it. I lost my files. That's not good. Download. Here we go. So if I just go to my local terminal and do which node. Maybe if I add this. Hey Carl, how you doing? I was going to add that in there. Boom. Let's see if this isn't... It's still... nope. The command... bloody blah... failed. Exit code, command not found, working directory, output, error output, opt, homebrew, bin node not found. Brew upgrade. Oh, that sounds dangerous. Do I really want to be doing that on a stream? Brew upgrade node. If this dies, I apologise. It's all Carl's fault. Node already installed, right? Brew doctor, what's going on? Why are we having issues? We can do the brew cleanup. Sale node directory. I've actually had a look at that. So code, GitHub, CV builder, sales shell. If I do which node, it's user bin node, and if I try and add that here, for example, it just complains about something else. And if I just remove the set node binary, it also has issues with the exact same thing. I don't know if I need to install anything specific, but the sparsely browser shot just it doesn't give me any information right now. Like if I just go actually have a look at it, go over this documentation, so I can look through those as well. Ooh, is this it? So installation and setup of requirements. Let's go to requirements first. Node 7.6 or higher. So that's higher. If I disconnect and I do the same on here, still higher. On Mac OS, I need to install Puppeteer in your project via npm. Ah, that could be it. CV Builder, install Puppeteer. This could be it. Yeah, no, Filament is amazing. I actually got the idea from Ben in the chat, who built a similar system, and we were talking about it, and I wanted to give it a go, basically. He's got his own one which he uses to create his own CV and send his CV out for jobs. It's a really cool idea, and I thought if I could build something and host it for like $5 a month for people to get good CVs out to jobs, that would be awesome. So that was my plan, and well, I'm building it now, so let's see how well it goes. Puppeteer is installing on a server. Custom npm and node binaries. Okay, I might need those. That could be an issue. Something that we can actually have a look at doing. Custom include path. I don't have a custom include path. I'm getting well off track here, aren't I? That's fine. This isn't saving for some reason, but we'll come back to that in a minute. It might just be I have to like break out. I did see that Laravel is hiring. Twitter.com. Taylor Otwell. Here we go. I did see something. Let's get the job posted in the chat so people can apply. So here's one tweet if you've got server admin experience. Go and check out that tweet. It might be on Laravel PHP's page, actually. Pretty sure it might have been. Oh. I didn't get notified about that. That's a shame. I would listen to it. There's that. Diana. Where's this job advert? I did see it. Where is it? Sorry, I'm scrolling through Twitter instead of streaming. It's naughty, Steve. Stop doing that. Okay, so that is causing an issue. So why is that having issues? It's saying it's completed. So if I just open package.json, it's not there. Why are you not there? Nope, not that one. Oh, did you paste a link, did you? Let me have a look. It didn't show up, so how about I temporarily add you as a moderator so you can actually share it. There you go. You're currently a moderator, Carl, so please feel free to share. Okay, I'm going to leave that going and I'm going to come back to it. So it looks like this repeater field is causing an issue, which to me is going to be a huge pain. Another way that we can do it is to not use filament repeaters and to do it slightly differently. There we go. Add that to the. Ooh, wow, that's a big old URL. Let's see if we can shorten that in some way. Let's create a quick short link for people because those ones are just huge. Why is this puppeteer just being a pain? Copy that. And what we're going to do is, here you go, here's a short link. Right, that's annoying me. I'm just going to say no, naughty, naughty. Instead, let's focus on this part. Wire elements. We're going to do wire elements modal for now. So grab this and we're going to do it a different way. So instead of this qualification form being this way with has form, which is fine, we're going to do things probably, like slightly differently. I need to grab the modal and go to app. Layouts app. It says to put it on the bottom, but I hate putting things at the bottom of the page like that. So we've added that, and that's fine. Already got Alpine, already got that stuff. Creating a modal extends modal component. So what we can do is our qualification form can extend a modal component instead of a base component, which is great. There's a view how it's going to work. Outside of any live wire component, what we need to do now is basically add a click button to say add new. Let's go back to here, qualifications. So we just need to change the view around a little bit. Qualifications show. And instead of this being here like that, we're going to do something different. Tailwind UI, let's just go grab like a card style thing, so like card headings here. What we've got is that, and we need something similar like this. So we're going to inspect this. This thing here is going to copy element and replace it. Let's go see what that looks like. Boop. Okay. We're getting progress. Don't want any margin left stuff. That's just, I don't get why there's so much margin left. So much background white as well. This is way too much background white. Why do we need all that? Get rid of some of these margins. Why is there so many margins? It just doesn't make sense. PY, yeah, don't want that. That's fine. Let's just drop those margins as well. This div here, we're going to add a margin that way. Actually, no wonder it's not making changes. I haven't got npm watch running, have I? Come on, Steve. Pay attention. There we go. So, let's just keep that down there. Let's collapse it out of the way. Border grey, not interested. PX border, yeah, okay, so all of that is surplus to requirements. If I am honest, I think. Yeah, it's getting there. Drop the shadow, drop the rounded, basically just drop the div. There's a UL, there's a div there. Probably format that quickly. So this div is fine, that is fine. Probably just drop that one. That's looking good. Got some space Y, that's cool. Added some margin, maybe not needed. Let's go have a look. Yeah, not really needed. That's got margin top on it, so we'll remove. Let's see how it looks. Get this looking nice and fancy. Obviously, I'll probably have to go through at some point and add some styles. Yeah, where's all this space coming from? Is it this div here? It is, isn't it? It's space Y as well. So if I drop that space Y, do we get... No. That looks better. That does look better. Qualifications. Let's do this. Add your... Actually, you know what? I think I probably messed it up a little bit too much. There's a container. Investigate in the middle. That's the top bit. Here's this bit. So copy element. Probably don't need any of this, do I? Let's add it back in. Let's see how it's looking. Let's remove the main things instead of worrying too much, because I'll go back round and style it later. We can get rid of the surrounding div. Expand these. This one here, could probably get rid of that background white as well. That's good. We could probably... Nice if I could just drop that one. I can. Perfect. Then UL, opacity. Drop the opacity. See how it looks. And each one's got that PXPY stuff going on, which we'll worry about later. Cool, so we can start to think about opening a modal. So, qualifications. Add your qualifications here. That's annoying. There we go. Wrong key. Add no hiccups. Add new. So then if we come here, we can copy that. Open modal on the and here, console. Excellent, that's good. So that is that part there. Then we're going to have like a list of all of our qualifications down here. Li, drop one. Li, drop that one. And is this the last one? Yeah. Let's just move this over here for now. So here is our qualification. So what we need to do is put it in one more, and we will say at for each qualifications as qualification, and for each. Obviously that is currently not defined, so I'm going to have to go create that. So we're going to go back to our DDD approach. So let's come up to our controllers where we are loading these qualifications. So what we need is qualifications. No, what's that about? So let's come and have a look at how we are going to add this. So we need a new query, a new interface. So profile qualifications contract. Public function handle. This is going to get the int for the profile, and it's going to return a collection of models. So then in our domain, profile, queries, add a new class, add that one, implements that, add the method stub, do some cleanup, add this in here. So what we want to do is return qualification query with we want the qualification title and institute where the profile ID is profile, and I'm going to get them all. So now I need to come back to my provider, add this as a binding, doc blocks and type hints because I'm super picky. For each argument there must be a type array object string given. Okay, so now I can go back to my show controller, add that and add that as and say qualification query handle where the profile is profile ID. And there we go. Yeah, Tailwind just really helps. So doc blocks and type hints. For me, it just keeps it really clean. I like everything to be uniform in a very specific way because I'm way too pickier than I should be. And yeah, that's basically the reason, if I'm honest. Just pickiness, ridiculous pickiness. That's what it boils down to. So I've got all of my qualifications and I have none, which is fine. So now I can go to this qualification form. And I'm even going to add them here now, just because. So we're not even going to worry about the form right now. We're going to grab this as the form schema. I'm going to drop all of that. And have it like that and see what happens. See what the form looks like. So qualification form profile must not be accessed before instantiation. That is fine. So that means in where I am showing this here, I need to livewire profile dot qualification form and then say profile is profile. Ooh, okay. Current must be of type ball, null returned. Okay, I might have to do a little bit of cleanup on some of these. After status update, I'm going to drop belongs to select and then drop that part there and then just remove everything within required and we'll rebuild some of these. Form fill, call to find profile title. Okay. This is where I'm going to have to do it slightly differently. So we'll figure out types afterwards. So we're going to have a title. We're going to have an institute. It's qualifications. No, wrong thing. We're going to have a description. We know that's going to be a string. We have a string for the grade. We'll start with that. Yes, you have a question, Ali. Go for it. Go for it. what I'm going to do, I'm just going to relationship stuff. I'm just going to ignore those for now because I think I need to work on those. Cannot assign property of type int. Get form model. Delete that. Okay, there's just too much complication going on here. So I'm going to drop the form for now and just get it to load. Ignore the form. Drop that schema and we'll worry about it after the fact. Drop that. Drop that. Let's just get it to load. And then this bit. Profile type int. Okay, are we passing the profile integer already into it? Show. Okay, so what is going wrong? Where I did declare as int, but I know how I can get around this. There we go. Let me just comment that out and let's see if this is going to work the way I want it to. Can assign null to property identifier as type int. So when we click add, do we need to like pass arguments to it maybe? Yes. Passing parameters. So we're going to grab that on click. Going to duplicate it. Swap it over for this. Then we're going to JSON encode profile for profile. Can you explain to us how the time tracking system works by calculating the hourly work time? And do you have a price for the work? I'm not sure what you mean there, to be honest, Ali. Hey, look, it's appearing. It is up there. So, there is that. There is that. Button on click. Close. I don't know why it's not like showing the background, but we'll figure that out in a minute. We will figure that out. But we're getting somewhere. So, qualification form. Now we can start looking at adding this as a form. Wrong way around, my bad. So there's all of that. There's that. Here's our render. This form. Excellent. Let's submit. We'll worry about those in a minute. So that is working. Okay, cool. Add some padding around the form. Maybe, or we'll just add a wrapper div around it. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to drop all of those. So we're going to have a So I'm going to do a select on the title, where the options are going to be I don't know what's happened, but some of my stuff has gone. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's quit PHP Storm. Let's reopen it. See what's going on. Something's gone wrong. I'm going to have a drink while that happens. Let's go to the forms and let's go have a look at select. Select, make, label, options, searchable. But yeah, okay, so there's no preload. I can handle that. Perfect, so we're getting there. A little bit of a mess around, but we got there. Pluck. Searchable required. So we've got the title, and then we're kind of going to need exactly the same thing next to it for the institute. So we've got the institute, we've got the grade. Next, well, before that, we kind of want to go. This is going to be a grid within here. So we want this to be column span 2. So the title, and then we want a markdown editor to make on the description. That is nullable. Again will be 2. This needs to be bigger. Force close, 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 close modal. Let's add this down the bottom where it's maybe a little bit easier. That's not making the blindest bit of difference there, is it? Oh, I've had this before and fixed it, but still can't remember how I did it. Cool, cool, cool. We're getting somewhere. So we'll give it a go. So when we submit, we're just going to have this. Add new, that one, test, that, B, save. Cached forms. We got a form. Components. Got to select. Column span, title, options, name. We'll worry about that in a bit. This form get state. We're getting it. So got a profile. I wonder. Did I mess that one up? No, I didn't. Cool. Good, good. So got that one, got that one, got that one, got that one, whether it's current and then the dates. So we can probably just grab those from the other form now, which is good. So we need a date picker and a checkbox, basically. Add new. And close on line 72. Okay. So we're going to drop all of that stuff for now. And drop the hidden. I'm going to add that later. After state updated. Not interested right now. About time. Options. Add new. Perfect. I should make it easier. There we go. And we'll just do current next to it there. And so checkbox after state updated. I'm going to play with that. Got grade. Started at. I'll call it started and finished. And a public finished. There you go. Right, so now start looking at this. Checkbox for after status updated. We can set finished to null. Okay. So the experience form, so finished, we can do hidden. Did we have anything else? That's it. Cool. And a quick margin bottom of 6 on this, I think. That didn't work. Okay, so test. Currently studying, save. Bam. So now we can start looking at actually saving this form. So we've got the state there. That comes through as an array. What we need to do, we need to convert that. But we also need to look at how we can make that be saved nicely. So I'm pretty sure we did that here. So we need to create a new action. So, oops, I put this in the wrong place. Refactor, move class, set of view. Put that in the profile, do the refactor. There we go. My bad. So, in the profile, we now need a new action, and that is going to be create qualification. And what this will do is have a public function handle. It will take in something, but it won't return anything. We'll come back to filling that in. I think I'm going to be best off creating something specific for this. So I'm going to create some data objects. I'm going to create a qualification data object. So public function construct. We have a public read-only string for the title, public read-only string for the institute, public string read-only string for the description, which is nullable, so we will have to make this an optional. We've got the grade, which again is nullable, so we can say public read-only string null string grade. I'm going to set that to null by default. Then we've got started, so public string read-only carbon started public read-only null carbon finished. Between that we're going to have a public read-only boolean for current. Then we're going to create a factory to create that. Factories. Going to create a qualification factory. Yeah, I'll use a package for this. So composer require get the packagist. API toolkit. Yeah, it is that. Did I spell something wrong? Never mind. This is going to implement a factory contract. Get an array in, and it's going to return one of those. So it's going to then go return a new qualification. This qualification needs to data object contract, add the to array. So for now I'm just going to keep it like that, and we'll come back and finish it. Create qualification contract. So qualification needs a title. We're going to force the int value of data get from the attributes, and we're going to look for that. But what we need to do now is, because we know we're going to be looking up these as integers, because they are the IDs that will be selected. We can swap these over. String val, data get, attributes, grade, started, carbon, pass, data get, from attributes, started, current, Boolean value from data get on attributes. And the reason I'm doing like string val, bool val, int val is just to enforce the type. It does make it a little bit slower, but to me it is worth ensuring. Sort those arguments. There we go. I hate it when it does that. I don't actually ever do my code that way. To me, it's not readable. It's less readable to me. Might be more readable to other people, but each to their own. So there is that. There's a qualification which I'll worry about later. So what we're going to accept into the qualification contract for the action is a specific object. So data object contract as an object, and then we're going to work with that object itself. Type hints and return times. Yeah, I'm a little bit pickier, I'm not going to lie. So let's go create this. This is going to implement, import that, add the method stub. So then what it's actually going to do is I am going to create a qualification. So qualification model query create, and the attributes is going to be object to array. Really quick, really easy. Things have got their jobs, which all they're meant to do, and then this, for example, is we have got the qualification title ID is this title. The institute ID is this institute. The description is this description. The grade, this grade. Current is this current. Started at is this started. Finished at is this finished. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is it. Ooh, what am I doing? I have a string, and It is a mixed return type, so I could do like int string carbon or null to be really specific here, but I'm going to add mixed because that's more accurate right now. That's fine. Now we just need to make sure that we add this to the service provider. So in our service provider, we just go through and we can say import these, import that, that's handled, handled that, all of this is handled, and we'll just reopen what we might need. So when we submit, first off we need to validate to make sure we've got the data we want, but it's going to import this as the action, and the factory is going to be there. So let's validate. We'll ignore that for now. So we will add a rules part. So public function rules. It's going to return an array. Return. So what we need is, if we can cast these, it might stop some issues. Let's go check. So this needs to be a nullable int. Another nullable int. Finish must not be accessed before instantiation. This again is nullable. I'm having to set default values on all of them. It's a problem with type hinting sometimes, I suppose. Here we go. Now we should get less errors. But we know that our code is good. So, validation rules. We want to make sure that our title is required. I know it's being handled by the form a little bit, but I want to do extra checks. We want to force that to be an integer. I wonder if we can force that on here. No. Int rule exists on the titles ID. The institute is again required int institutes description required and string. Grade is nullable but a string. started is required, and it must be a date. Current is nullable, but if it comes through, it must be a boolean. And then, of course, the finished is nullable, but if it comes through, it must be a date. So, let's see what happens. Let's come down to where we're submitting this validate. If we get the validation right, we can then say action handle, where the object is going to be factory. We don't really want that, do we? Make attributes this form get state redirect to profile ID. Perfect. So we need to be able to pass that through. So this form gets state. We're going to do an array merge. We need to pass the profile ID. So we're going to get the state. But we're also going to pass through profile as this identifier, so that this factory here, it needs to accept that through as the profile, as int val data get attributes profile. And on the qualification, we need to add a public read-only int profile. And the profile ID is this profile. So a query. We got one. Right, so simplify that. So now I can get rid of all of these. That form is working. And let's make sure it's displaying what we want it to. Resource views, app profile qualifications show. Add your qualifications. So qualification title name. That's going to start creating an n+1 issue eventually. Let's just dump out that qualification a second. So what we kind of want to do is always return with this. Do a protected with. Always get the institute and always get the title. So this is an array with int string because we aren't setting a key, so it's automatically going to be keyed using an integer. So if I come here, I can give a title. And bounding up. Let's go make sure things are correctly spelled. The data object. There we go. Now we're good. I had a spelling issue. Where it says full time, I can put qualification grade, or we can say not complete. And where it says engineering, currently, what I can do is qualification institute name. Then where it says remote, I can just say something like qualification current. If it is a current qualification that I'm doing, I will put a qualification started at to date. For humans, and if it wrong way around. So if it's current, then what I want it to say is ongoing. If it's not current, then what I want it to say is finished, then ongoing. Cool. So add a new one and let's see how it looks. B. Save. Finished 2 months ago. Hey, got there. So grab that office building one, and where we are saying the institute name, gonna add that instead. And then we are also going to get a calendar for this one. Change the class. Drop the old SVG. Add another one. No grade and it's current. Done. So when there is no grade, that doesn't seem to be working. So what we'll do is that instead. Not complete. So we've got qualifications. So now if we just go and we've only got about 10 minutes left. That's working. Let's go see how it's displaying on the front end. Let's sale, artisan, tinker. Look at this. Pages share test not found. I need to generate a share. Shares. Example. Here we go. Now we can view it. So blah blah blah. I can build these as tabs next. Got some information. Senior front-end developer, product development. How much of it is, I can't remember how much of it I've actually filled in. So we also need to think about adding extra checks for experiences. So what I'll do, I'm going to stop that bit for now. Let's just close all of these tabs and have a think about how we can handle this. So in our providers for event service provider, when we're registered, we're going to do that. What we want to be doing next is domains, profile, events, experience added class. And the way we want to respond to that is domains, profile, listeners, and we want to say update old experiences. We kind of don't want more than one current, do we? Really? I mean, if I come to experiences, I'm going to add one. Recruiter there, test, and it's a current role. Save. Excellent. But then we want another one. So we're a criminal investigator for this company, same company. It's not current. Finished then. Save. There is a drag and drop version coming soon. So do we want to be able to quickly say, okay, update all old experiences when you add a new one to say that this one's your current, but you might have more than one job at a time, so maybe not the best approach. Not sure. Give me your thoughts. Yeah. recruiter, criminal investigator. We got our work history there now. So if we go to my bio, this is my awesome bio using Markdown. Boop. Have a list. Save. So what I need to do on that is, let's come back to here. I'm going to watch quickly. And then on our resources, views, pages, share, example, where we've got the markdown. Where have we got markdown? Here. We've already got pros. There we go. We have that working. So we're not going to worry about some of this stuff on here. So birthday, not doing. Salary, no. Location, team, nope. Title, nope. Email. User email. Did I have user here? Nope. We probably should have user here. So when we go to actually view, HTTP controllers, web profile, or public profile show here. Share experience owner. Okay, it says owner, not user, so weird. Owner email. Got the email address, phone number, not too fussed about. What else have we got in the profile? Got bio, who belongs to, experiences, shares, qualifications. So we could like have a repeating block down the bottom of, you know, this similar thing. Work history, qualifications. So basically for each qualification, then we're going to have qualification, title, name, institute name. Obviously this is now going to fail because we're not loading that yet, but what we can do is on this show controller we can have qualifications and we can start to add this. So public read only, qualification query, we can handle that. But the profile is share profile ID. And now we're good. We've got 3 qualifications and we've got 2 bits of work history. None of them are ordered or sorted yet. We're going to work on that as soon as I know I can. Got some about information. Maybe that should come up like at the top. Be a little bit more kind of substantial. This bit here. Let's move this all the way up to the top. So owner name, email, profile calendar, all that good stuff. There we go. So we want this to be 4 wide. that needs to be large. Font bold. LG and bold. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's obviously throwing some things out. So let's come and inspect this and see how things are laying out. Grid coals. Small grid 2. Okay, so let's just say 2. That's cleaning that up nicely. So let's just remove like salary and birthday for now. Don't need that many. Probably don't need that one either. Haven't really got much we can add. Haven't really got a location, but we could look at adding that soon. Like up the top profile, we could probably go like start adding more information up here if we need to. But we got a basic CV. We got like a mail to button, so we don't really need the email. So we could, in theory, just drop that. Just have that. So this div here, that one there, all of these. There's tabs at the minute, apparently. We don't need tabs. If I delete those, how does it going to look? It's alright. Add a section. There we go, a little bit nicer. Then if we drop this down to like a mobile view, it's also a mobile friendly CV. Work history, qualifications. So what we'd do is base, so MD and then like space Y 6, MD that one, and padding top 6 as well, so it's always looking the same. There we go, a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. There we go. That is it for now, I think. What are we doing next? That is a question. Let's check Lara streamers. This is now. I've got Ryan Chandler joining me on Tuesday to teach me Rust. On Thursday, I've got Ben Furphy teaching me Statamic. Then Tuesday, I'm being taught testing with Luke Downing. And I'm currently organising a few more streams. So, yeah, thanks everyone for coming today. That was pretty fun. We resolved some issues. We got some cool stuff done. We've got our qualifications in there, profiles working. We still haven't got like printing to like a PDF, so we'll have a look at that, see what we can do. Browser shop might not be the right package. Might have to have a look. But thank you everyone for coming. Have a good evening. In the description below there's a link to my Discord, so feel free to join, ask questions, have a chat, the usual sort of stuff that you do in social situations. And obviously like, comment and subscribe for usual kind of YouTube behaviour. I've got a few new streams in planning at the moment, which is going to be a lot of work, so subscriptions and likes and comments make me feel like I'm not wasting my time. So yeah, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What could I do better next time? Think of it a little bit like feedback from a talk. Let me know what you think and how it went for you. Let me know what you think could be done better, and we'll try and do better next time. So, have a good evening. I'm going to go spend some time with my wife. Thank you very much for coming, and good night.